Hello, this video that I'm doing today is on fake SD cards and USB flash drives. If you look at this, this is my newly purchased 128 gigabyte flash drive and the USB flash drive that comes with it that you can put it in as a port. Now this actually works perfectly. You just plug in the SD card there. And if you look at the SD card, it looks legit. Back it up and then come forward. SD cards don't have much going on. But unfortunately, I found out that my SD card is a fake. Um, I bought it off of eBay, and I can show you what I purchased. Oh, sorry, came out of it by accident. And this was it. This was what I purchased. Went into eBay. And it was a regular, eBay ad. It was for $23.99. This one now they're selling it for $23.50. And of course, you go into the description, you read more about it. It seemed like a pretty legitimate write-up. And one of the things that was the main seller for me was that it came with the micro SD USB adapter, because the one I had, it just disappeared. I don't know where it went, and I really needed that in my life because all I had was those SD card adapters, and I needed a flash drive one. So even though there's hundreds to choose from, I picked that one because it came along with a USB flash drive as well. Well, in the midst of using my 128 gigabyte card over the weekend, when I first got it, really excited. I originally had a 32 gig card, and I was using my 32 gig card on my wonderful HTC Evo 4G here, and I've graduated up to my HTC One Max, which I love this phone, and so um, decided that 32 gigs, I needed 128 gigs to go with that. There were a couple of things that I wanted to do. I wanted to get the links to SD partition on my SD card. I had been using it with my HTC Evo, being as though it only had 1 gigabyte of space to share for the ROM and for applications, which they all share. I mean, even my 32 gig card shares the 32 gigs with the ROM and with the apps, but the ROM only takes up about 3 gigs, so I still have, 29 gigs available to me. So I wanted to, excuse me, I wanted to partition it also to swap so that I can use my SD card to give my RAM a boost and have a little more memory and my phone could run faster. Um, Doing that, I pretty much came upon a problem where my SD card kept just getting corrupted and I kept having to format it pretty much every day for like the first 4 or 5 days I had it. I lost 32 gigabytes of information because I had almost like 28 or 29 gigs of information on my 32 gig card, which is why I needed to upgrade. Plus, I took some stuff off of my phone, some backups I did, some videos that I did. So it ended up being like 32 gigs of information. I put it on the SD card, it got corrupted, and it was just gone. And I looked it up, and everybody kept saying, use Minitool Partition Wizard. I got it. I kept trying to use Minitool, and it didn't work. So I went online and I was looking for something else, and everybody was swearing by using this Minitool Partition Wizard on my computer. So I said, well, let me just see, because when I would partition it, it would tell me that it can only recognize the first partition, and Windows wouldn't be able to use the second partition. Then I would put it in my SD card, and my SD card wouldn't see it. So then I would put it back into Windows, and it would be gone. So I was like, what is going on? Something's crazy going on with my SD card. So finally, I did a little more research and said what was going on with my card in Google. And I came across this article here. I'll put the link in my description. But basically, it tells you all about fake SD cards and fake USB drives being sold on eBay. And I didn't even know that that was possible. And then it also gives you a link to download a test. And the test is called Fake SD Card Tester, Fake Flash Test. So I downloaded that. And when I downloaded it, I discovered that I only had 6 MB on this very pretty, very, um, it looks convincing SD card that says 128 gigs. It only has 6 MB. So, of course, I'm, livid. I go back into eBay and I decide to get my money back ultimately. I mean, I hadn't even had the thing a week. It wasn't legitimate. Um, so here's what I did. I went into eBay and I did a dispute. I wrote eBay and I told them that it was counterfeit, that it was not what the seller described. And here it is today, which is the next day, and eBay tells me that the seller has issued me a full refund. So I just want to let folks know that if this has happened to you, if you got an SD card, because I had my 32 gig card and I did so many things with it in the 2.5 years, and it never did that to me. And I also bought that on eBay. So I know that every seller isn't doing this, but I just wanted to talk to those people who are having an experience like me. If you have an SD card and from the very beginning it never did what it was supposed to do, I suggest you download that fake tool, the fake tool exe, run it on your computer, let your SD card be read, and see whether or not you have an actual legitimate SD card or not. And if you don't, you're entitled to getting your money back. So I hope that this video helps someone. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.